Applying for a credit card is a very scary and daunting task. It's like when you ask a guy or girl out or ask them to dance with you. In any of these situations, you're either going to get accepted or rejected. And I could proudly say that in all three of those situations, I have been rejected before. But today, I'll be going over how you can significantly improve your odds of being approved for any credit card, even if you do get initially rejected. Let me just be clear that if you have a very bad credit score or your credit history is horrible, I just want to make sure that you understand that not every credit card on the market you're going to get approved for. In fact, most of them you're probably not going to get approved for. If you have a bunch of derogatory marks or you have a bunch of credit card debt, you're probably not going to get accepted for very many credit cards, and there's not much things that you could do about it. And if this does sound like you're going to have to deal with those problems first before you move on to things that I'll mention in this video. So pay off your debt, pay off your credit card debt, because you don't want to hold these things on as long as possible. You want to get rid of it ASAP. Credit card debt is bad. And there's not much you could do with credit card debt. You could either pay it off or carry it over or transfer it to a new balance somewhere else that doesn't hurt your credit score. But of course, I would personally suggest paying it off instead of trying to move it all over the place. And honestly, if you're in one of these situations, then getting denied from the credit card issuer is kind of a blessing. Because if you can't handle or if you're not able to manage your credit card debt and your credit cards right now, then adding another credit card probably isn't going to help you or do any good for you. It's probably going to make things worse. Let's say you have a credit score of high 600s or even 700s and you still get rejected for that new credit card. This is going to be the video for you to watch to help turn that initial rejection into an acceptance potentially and allow you to actually get that new credit card that you wanted. Yes, you heard that right. You could turn that initial rejection into an actual acceptance offer. And that's something I wish I could have done when I got rejected in high school when I would ask girls out. The way you do this is going to be using something called the reconsideration line, aka the recon line. Despite what you might think, when you apply for a credit card online using their online application, you're actually going through an algorithm. The algorithm is going to determine whether or not you're going to get accepted or rejected. No, there is not a person, an actual human there manually processing that application. And since your outcome is strictly based on an algorithm, your results are going to be very black and white. You're either going to hit the requirements and get accepted, or you're not going to hit the requirements and get rejected. There really is no gray area or area in between. And that's where the recon line comes in. Most credit card issuers do have a recon line that you could call. You could just Google the credit card company and add recon line to the end, and you should be able to find it. Or you could take a look at this lovely article by upgradedpoints.com where they do include a list of different credit card issuers and their recon line phone numbers. What the recon line allows you to do is to actually talk to a human representative at that credit card company who can actually have the power or authority to give you that new credit card. At just the click of a button or a few buttons, they're able to approve you for that credit card that you just got rejected or denied by. So your fate could potentially be in the hands of just one person. So for my first tip, you're going to want to be extra polite or extra nice to this one person who literally holds your future in their hands. I do know that all of you are the greatest and nicest people in the world, like the kind that hold open the doors for people or to clap when the airplane lands. Just joking. I hope you're not one of those people. But on the very rare chance that you are someone that's very rude and mean, I would suggest you to put on your happy pants, do whatever it takes to get happy, and be very polite and nice to this person that you're going to be talking to through the recon line. The next thing you want to do is to prepare your facts and information, primarily around your credit score and actually your credit history. So if you missed a payment in the past, make sure you have a reason why or know why you missed that payment. Maybe because of COVID, things went wrong. You got fired. I'm not sure what it could be, but make sure you have an excuse, I guess, or a reason why you missed that payment. This also goes for other hiccups in your credit history, such as a late payment or more hard inquiries than usual, or perhaps even a 1 or 2 derogatory marks. Another thing that you should prepare for or know all about is the actual credit card that you're applying for. Ideally, you should have done all of this research before you applied for the card. Unless maybe you're that kind of person who just, oh, I like the way this card looks, I'm just going to apply for it. It looks pretty, boom, apply. I hope that's not any of you. But if it is, now would be a good time to go ahead and research the benefits of the card, the earning or reward categories of the card, any interest rates or APR, and the annual fees, etc. of this credit card that you just applied for. And don't be afraid to talk to the representative about why you love this card so much, why you love the benefits of this card, how you're going to use the benefits of this card. Let's say, for example, you applied and got rejected for the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. You could potentially tell the representative why you love Chase so much, why you chose Chase over some of their competitors like Amex. Maybe you had a bad experience with Amex, or you have an Amex credit card and you don't like it. Feel free to talk about the competition. Of course, don't roast them or vent or go on a long rant about why you don't like American Express or that credit card company's competition, but you do kind of want to sugarcoat it and compliment that credit card company that you just applied for. Try and sell the fact on why that credit card was perfect for you. And let's use that Chase Sapphire Preferred card once again. Maybe you could say things like how this credit card is perfect for a traveler just starting out in the credit card game, or you're just starting to get into the points game and this is the credit card for you. You could talk about the awesome reward categories of this credit card and how it has only a $95 annual fee and no other starter travel credit card comes in at that low of a cost. I hope this kind of gives you an example on how you could kind of approach going into calling the reconsideration line. And if after this around 10-minute or so conversation with the representative doesn't work out and they still reject you, call again. Yeah, seriously, don't take no for an answer, especially after just the first time of calling them. And this is because when you call them again, you're most likely going to get a different representative. So hopefully your story, your explanation, your fact spitting is going to tug on that person's heartstrings in a different way or slightly harder than that person that just rejected you. And hopefully this new representative will actually pull the trigger and give you that new credit card. Or maybe this person happens to reject you again. At this point, go ahead and scream at the wall for a few more minutes and pick up the phone and try again. When it comes to calling the recon line again for like your second, third, fourth, fifth time, you could wait a few more minutes, a few hours, or maybe a day or two. You just don't want to wait too long after the actual time or day that you got rejected initially for that credit card. If you keep getting rejected, just keep trying for a total of around 3 to 5 times. And if that doesn't work out after the 5th time, then unfortunately, this credit card's probably not right for you right now. I know it might be hard to take in, but you're going to have to wipe up your tears and go back and look as why you were rejected the first time. The credit card issuer or company is required to actually tell you the reason why you got rejected. So if the credit card company doesn't give you an email or a hard copy letter of the rejection letter, then go ahead and sue them and maybe you could get more money and you won't need a credit card after all. Some examples of reasons why you could get rejected is maybe your credit score is too low, or your credit history is too new, or maybe you don't have a large enough credit card mix. A lot of these things can be solved by going back and applying for an easier card to get. So maybe a secured credit card, or maybe a credit card with a local bank that you have a checking or savings account with. Then after addressing and fixing those reasons why you were rejected, you could wait maybe around 6 months or so and try applying for that credit card again. Usually 6 months is a good time to wait. Of course, though, the longer you wait, the usually better off you are. Especially if one of the reasons why you were rejected was because of a short or new credit card history. Like most things in life, you can't always get what you want right now. But with credit cards, thankfully, it's just a no for now. Unless you're permanently stuck in low credit score, or you're just super bad with credit cards and you have credit card debt, keep missing payments, keep having derogatory marks, then you're probably not going to be able to get a new credit card ever in your life. So be sure to always work on your credit score, or be mindful of your credit score, because even though you got rejected now, you're still able to work on that and get accepted in the future. And who knows, it could be sooner than later. I do want to know if any of you guys have actually used the recon line before, so be sure to leave a comment down below and tell me how was your experience. Did you actually get accepted, or did the offer get overturned and you got that credit card? Or were you rejected still and you actually had to wait until applying again? I would also appreciate it if you would consider supporting this channel by subscribing and liking this video down below. It really does help a lot. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Shoot!